lives. That's the key to this is being able to, you know, learn something from anybody. I learned some from people that I actually mentor because they might have a strategy or might have a indicator or something like that that they use that I had no idea about. But if it fits into my strategy is, I get on my trust just to see accordance with what I already know. Don't ever have bias in the market either. Like don't scare y'all. Like I call it deer in the headlights. Like I get students that mentees that I teach. I call a trade and they scared to press the button. Do not be scared to press the button because the one thing about trading, y'all, is building. It's like going to workout. Okay, I'm gonna give you a good analogy. A good analogy is working. Like if you start going to the gym, right, and you got body goals, you're not gonna get the goals that you want in one day at working out at the gym. It's gonna build up over time. Do that. So if you be consistently showing up to the gym every day and get the results that you look for. Same with the market. If you could, I trade every day, Monday, Friday. I don't miss a day. I trade on the holidays because I want. This is what I really want. Don't have no fear in the markets. If you really want this, y'all, this is life changing. Yes, it's not easy, but I promise you, if you really take it serious, you will be successful. Um, don't get so caught up into like other people's profits too, because you don't know their journey. I just told you I took a $8,000 to $140,000 and I lost $93,000 in one day. That still me to this day because even though it opened up my mind to really buckle down and really learn how to trade, eventually your time is gonna come. Like you're gonna be like you'll get that aha moment, like okay, bam, I figured it out. You always remember this. You always have to evolve as a trader. I'm not the same trader I was years ago. I'm not the same trader I was 3 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago. I'm not even the same trader as a month ago. Straight up. And I'm being real with you because I'm elevating every day because the market conditions is always changing. The market, look, think about it. The market is not, it's at all-time highs right now. It's not even the same conditions it was last year. So you have to adapt to market conditions. And that's what it's all about. Adaptation and put reps in. You know, yes, it sucks to lose. We all had that sting. Some people handle lose. You just gotta, when it comes to risk settings, you gotta know how much you're willing to risk. I know that was one of the things we want to talk about. You gotta know what you're willing to risk. Everybody cannot afford to go full port or blow through a whole bunch of evaluation. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example how I would approach invest into a prop firm because I don't know if y'all invest in prop firms or y'all in the prop firms or if you're options traders. I don't know, but like for example, the average futures account costs anywhere between $50 to $200, right? Depending on the account size, right? If I had $1,000 or 1500, if I had 1500 to invest, that's 1500K accounts if they are $100 that I can buy, right? If you have edge in the market, you should not be going through all them accounts if you have edge in the market. Develop your edge. Edge meaning this is a certain strategy, this is a certain setup I look for. I know that the profitability of this setup, if I see it, I'm gonna take this trade and I'm gonna run with it. Okay. That's that's what that edge, not gambling over here. Trading, some people trade gambling. If you treat it like gambling, you will get gambling results. I have my system and my system. I get my money and go about my day. I get my money and go about my day. I trade an hour or less a day. I don't trade every session. I don't trade Asia, London. I trade New York. And that first hour of the day of New York Open, 9 times out of 10, I'll be done trading before 10 a.m. That system that I put in place that worked for me. You have to figure out a system that works for you. Everybody has different situations. Some of y'all got jobs in the morning. You have to figure out what time that you can really trade, focus, and you don't have to be in the trade. Treat the trading like a casino, you're gonna get casino results. flat out. Meaning it's open all day. It's always moving. But if your edge ain't working during a certain hour, or you caught in the market consolidation or choppy, whatever you want to call it, you should not be trading when it's doing that. You should figure out the right times for you to trade for whatever you trade, whether you trade in gold, whether you trade in metals. I trade indices, I trade YM and Q, and I know. Think about it, it's indices. So indices, even though it moves all day, but it moves when the two biggest markets collide, which is New York and London. When they both collide together, that's when you get the volatility. Volatility makes you money. It don't matter if you're trading gold or whatever. If something happen, like right now, we in a Trump market, okay? Trump market means anything can happen and will happen. It's just a matter of when. All this week, it's been headlines about ending this war, stopping this war, ending this war. So oil been dropping out of the sky. Gas, NSC's been shooting up because they anticipating that the war is going to end soon. We at all-time highs. AI is high. You have to know what type of market you in. It's deeper than just technical analysis and fundamentals, and it's deep right now. Right now, AI is driving these markets crazy right now. And you have to understand that you have to like get to the news outlets. Hey, I listen to Bloomberg every day. Bloomberg every single day. That's my theme music in the background. Listen to Bloomberg. Now I don't be listening to them to assist news and all that stuff. I'm just listening to them to break some news to me. That's it. Because I want to know what is going on when I'm trading every single day. If I take a loss in a day, I accept it because I'm like, dang, I might got a boring entry. Did I take a good setup? Did I trade in the middle? I want to know why I lost. Always, it's always a reason why you lost. I only take maybe, as far as trading go, yeah, I only take maybe 3 or 4 trades a day. Sometimes just one. Majority of the time, maybe one or two. And them other trades that I probably took is I love risk management. Risk management is the most important thing. You show society the another day. Like I'm my stop loss into profit. I trail my stop loss. Sometimes a candle might come back and knock me out the trade. But guess what? I didn't lose no money. I put my stop loss to break even, or I trailed it into profit. And also walking away from the computer, win or lose. I know how I'm willing to risk. I know how I'm willing to lose every single day when I trade. I'm saying? Everybody risk tolerance is different. Some people risk tolerance is high. Some people scared to lose $100. That's okay. Trade what you used to where you feel comfortable with. If you're in a trade and it may feel uncomfortable, you need to lower your lot size. You need to lower your risk. You want to feel comfortable. You want to have a clean, good mindset when you're trading, yeah. And that's pretty much what I get right now. I know I've been just talking, man, but anybody got any questions or y'all want to elaborate, man? Let's go.
I appreciate that perspective, Brandon. Definitely, um, bunch of value in there for sure. Um, and things that everyone's going to go through along their journey, been through the same things. It's just part of the journey. But once you kind of learn it for yourself and or learn from others, hopefully, um, it'll be a lot easier for the newer people in the group to finesse on the markets. But I like what you said about being in and out because I feel like that's a problem that a lot of people have is when to get out of the market, when's enough. So setting that expectation for yourself or goal that when you hit that, I'm out. I made my money. Let's get on with the day. So I like that. Appreciate you.
I got
No
a I got a
problem.
que- I got a question for you. When it comes to what is your perspective on to be exact, let's just say, someone's waiting for a trade. So when you're trying to balance patience with taking profit, right? So we have
Okay.
some traders who are great at taking profit, but then the trade keeps going. So they're like, damn, I should have held it. Then you got some traders who are great at holding, but then they're like, darn, I should have took profit. What is your perspective on that balance?
My perspective on that's the question because I was just learning that today. Some days I might, believe it or not, like for example, I trade most prop firms, they have a minimum that's required for you to get paid, right? They might be like, okay, you need to make, $50 or like Top Step, for example. They require you to have consider a green day to get a payout $150. If I'm a holder trade, I'm gonna make sure I lock in my green day for that day, no matter what.
That'll be
And
your
all
stop
of my
loss.
mentees, yeah. No, I always tell my mentees, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be. Meaning, if that trade is gonna continue to run, it's gonna do what it do. And you have to know when to exit. Are you exiting at a level of support or resistance? Or, you have to have a goal. Like my goal every day, my goal might not be different. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have, I don't go off because sometimes a goal can like you be like $100 away and reverses on you. Take what the target can give you and go about yourself that. Tell my all the time. We here one week, not just the day. We're here to win the week. So it's gonna be some days where my profit target is gonna get hit. It's gonna be some days where, well, shoot, I only might make $150. But guess what? All them green days add up. I got a guy right now in my class, in my group right now. He just joined me last month. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm being straight up real with y'all. We only had 2 losing days out of this whole month, and I trade Monday through Friday. 2 losing days this whole month during my sessions. And I'm just being straight up real with y'all. And this is first time ever being in a group because I'm big on risk management and discipline. You know what I'm saying? Every day you're not gonna make $10,000, $5,000, $10,000. I got different people, a different risk tolerance in my group. I got some guys that used to making 5, 10, 15, $20,000 in a day trading. I got some people that's okay with making $100, 200, couple $100 a day, which is cool. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. Do not get, to answer that question, do not get emotional about, damn, I was at the bottom right there. Oh my God, I was at the bottom because, one second, I got a phone call. About being at a certain level of the market because, or like if it's running, be happy that you was right about the move. I accept the move. I love to see like I was at the bottom of this major move. Oh my goodness. I don't even have a fear of missing out because I already accepted that when I'm out to trade, when I'm done for the day, I'm already moving on to the next day. I'm not even thinking about I don't care if Trump come out on Monday and say the war is over and it shoot up 100 points in one candle or something like that. If I'm, because I focus on one particular thing, I want to win the week, not just the day. That's how you go build consistently. It's just like working out every day. We can't work out 24 hours, but you can work out for that 1 hour a day and go about your day. That's
I like that.
yeah, is knowing when to get out. Take what the market give you and go about your day.
100%.
Don't have no FOMO, man. FOMO will get you. You be like, dang, look at it. Like for example, NQ hit all time. I'm gonna give you an example. NQ hit 30,500 yesterday. At market open, they was just going up, ripping. Dell Computers was going crazy. Like, I'm talking about like what was the reason what was making it go up. It was just going up, and all of a sudden it hit a bank level, and then it dropped out of the sky. Like dropped like big time. Like so when people see like don't be a candle chaser. That's another thing. Do not be a candle chaser. Because when people start candle chasing, that you might be liquidity for somebody waiting to sell their position, especially when you're at all-time high levels.
Good subject to talk about. You know what I mean? Because you definitely there's some people I've seen. So definitely just keep going on that. The whole candle chasing because you don't want to because it switches to this. That doesn't mean that now it's a buy. Because it switches to this doesn't mean now it's a sell.
Right, like candle chasing, like if you are looking at the charts or trading view, you know, you see like a big green candle or a big red candle, and you think like, oh man, this thing about to drop out of the sky. Let me go ahead. It looked like confirmation. Then all of a sudden, you buying at the bottom, you selling at the bottom, and it reversed on you, and you stuck in the trade now, hoping and praying and wishing that it's gonna go back to your entry to put you back in profit. My, I always tell people this: support and resistance is king in trading, flat out. Because you got to think about it. It's buyers and sellers in everything we do. It don't matter what you trade. You trade gold, wheat, water, wind, oil, whatever. Support and resistance. It's always going to be buyers at certain positions and levels that they're going to take. They're going to take. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm driving right now, but y'all can see me though, right? Okay. Yeah, y'all see me. So with so support and resistance is king. And the reason why I say that is because the market, majority of the market, the majority of the time throughout the year, it just be ranging. Like if you really look at the market, it don't always be a rally. Everybody love a rally. Trust me, I love a good rally. Like NQ for the past 2 months, it has shot up over 30% in 2 months. But you'll see that 30% in over the past 2 months. That's insane. That type of movement on NQ is literally insane. If y'all look at the monthly the chart, you see two huge green candles. That's almost a 30%. But if you go from the low to the high, where the all-time highs at, that's a 30% increase in NQ. That's insane. We are like, so um, people see them type of candles and be like, oh man, this thing just gonna keep on buying. Yes, but it's also going to have a pullback. So your whole perspective should be okay. If you know we are in the bullish rally right now, which we are in NQ, I'm just giving y'all an example. All you gotta do is wait on a pullback. Pullback could be to a certain demand or support level, and that's where you should be shooting your shot at. I'm big on bank levels. I don't know if y'all know about bank levels, but bank levels is like where the banks like to buy because they only can participate at certain levels, believe it or not. A lot of time you'll see like consolidation or a build up. If it's a build up around consolidation, that just pretty much meaning that all price is doing is just building up, taking orders for a bigger move, or it's waiting on fuel. What I call fuel is like, it's waiting on a certain news event like NFP, CPI, or it's waiting on something Trump might say. So you got to be always aware of what's going on for that day. Just like, for example, next week is NFP week. So every month in the beginning of the month, we get all the data news from the previous month this week. A lot of traders used to be scared to trade NFP, but once you get a little bit more experience and go through, like I was telling you, trading is about reps, showing up in every market condition. Because think about it, like I gave an analogy about working out. Eventually, if you work out every day, eventually you're going to get the body you want, the abs, the muscles, or whatever, the losing the weight, or whatever you want to, whatever you desire or what you're working out for. Same with trading. The more reps and experience you get in the market, you go get to a point where you start seeing, the same movements or the same move over and over and over again. And then when you see it again, guess what? You're not even gonna miss it. You're not even gonna miss the move when you see it again because you're already, I seen this movie before. Seen the movie before. This type of same setup, this type of same move before. What I call the market does the same thing over and over and over again. It might not be the same thing that happened yesterday or the day before, but eventually, the more reps you get in, you'll start seeing your setups, your good setups, you'll know when to like not enter the market and get out the market. or just leave it alone. But the biggest thing that I got that's advantage that I teach is, you know, get our money and go about our day. If you can practice doing that, I promise you, you'll be a successful trader. Because every day you're not gonna hit a home run. I call base hits. Take the base hits because them base add up to score, right? You know, it's like baseball. You know, you go to first, second, third, fourth, and then I mean third base, and then you go home. Now you scored. Same. You're not gonna hit a home run every day. That's the key to trading and consistently profitable is just being able to accept what you make and go about your day. So,
Beautiful. That was perfect. I like that. Anybody else got anything? I mean, confidence, fears. The main thing is, I mean, when you're vulnerable, being subjective about what you struggle with within yourself, that's the only way you get better. Strategy's cool. Strategy can be taught. You could take someone's strategy, it wouldn't matter. But I always, tell you guys it's the psychology on how you actually are trading, the discipline, the consistency of what you're hearing other traders and other communities all around that do this, and that just gives even more confirmation for even doing what we do because you're not the only one. This isn't the only group. It's a lot of different people. And I'm so open to, collaborations with good people, because we're all trying to win. And we know that it's mainly has to do with what we're speaking about, which is understanding your psychology, your confidence. Are you confident with putting it in? If you know that, we're all about to place a trade and you're like a second behind, I always like to say, what other areas in your life are you hesitant with? Because when you fix the other areas in your life, fix trading. You know, uh, that's what really happened for myself. You guys already know the story, but just to add on to what Brandon's saying, look at the things that he's saying, and then also teachings that I tell you as far as comparing it to your life. Because if you do it in trading, 9 out of 10 times, you probably do it to a situation in your real life. So, in other areas in your life, are you like, oh, I'm not sure if I should go see them? Oh, I'm not sure if I should go call him. Oh, I'm not sure if I should call her. It's like you start to repeat habits of yourself. So, trading's a mirror, and you're always going to be reflecting yourself. And that's why most people can't trade because they can't face themselves. It's the truth. Because you're gonna have to come to some hard truths, realizing, dang, I don't really jump in. Man, I over leverage. Man, I may take little points when I could probably scale up. Or man, I'm too big. Maybe I need to scale down because the way I do take big risks. Maybe I take this big risk in life, I know for myself, I used to take huge big risks in life and I had to scale down. But I also kept that mindset of taking big risks and my life makes sense where it's at also. So there's a balance I've learned through time that you take when you're learning parts of yourself that you can fix, if that makes sense. There's areas in your life that you'll fix, but it becomes balanced with the other part of your life that you're fixing. So if you're already a person that, is, let's just say risk for a second, is a big risk taker, there's the other side where things may need to be more calculated. So you end up making what you normally would. And now you've created a balance between, okay, I know I take a big risk, but I also know I got to make sure it's a little more calculated. So you might be about weeks. This is like that final step.